So good day everyone. I am Vijay from IDA Controls India Private Limited. So here in this video tutorial, we'll be looking into the connectivity of FC6A Plus with Web API. So basically Web APIs are an application program interfaces that can be accessed using HTTP protocols. So for this to access, we should be internet connectivities and few of the instructions that has to access the Ethernet ports. So before proceeding further into the practicality, I'll show you how the results will be shown here. So I already designed a small program in which I have used two major instructions, that is transmitting and receiving of data over the Ethernet port. So once I actuate the condition over here, I have written some code inside that. I'll be showing it a little later. So let us see how the results will appear. So basically I have opened a web API already. This is what I'm trying to access now. The IP address, or there are multiple APIs here. Like I'm trying to access the date and time. So let me just click on the get data here. So once I click, I'll get the complete information or what is being sent by the API, that web API. That means this is the API which I'm targeting now. That is http://date.json test.com. So the actual data which I'm trying to get over here is date and time. So the time mentioned over here is GMT format. So let us dig a little bit into the uh, how exactly we need to uh, do the operation. So for this to perform, we have a tool called as Postman. It's easily available in the internet as well. You can try and download it. So the Postman software is basically used for many other applications as well. So here I'm trying to test the web API. So there are various formats to test it. So trying to get the data and post it, these are two major operations we can do it over here. So in this video tutorial, I'm trying to get the data from the API. I'm not trying to post anything. So for that, I'll be selecting get here and the API which I will be targeting now. So here, as I shown you, I'm trying to get the date and time as a first example. We'll try this. So just copy this here and we can go to the web API, that is Postman Testing Center, and can paste it here and click send. So once we get the result, proper results, that means we have received some data over here. So this is the same format of data which the web API is throwing back to us. So now we need to receive this in the PLC. So we'll use the instructions of ETXT and ERXD instructions to get the data, right? So let me just open a new WinLDR. So we can do it from scratch. I'll try and copy the same program here just to avoid some development time. Once this window opens, the WinLDR window gets open with the new project. So we have to select the necessary CPU. So right now I'm using FC6A16 D16 CPU. So I'll be selecting that and I'll go to module configuration just to read out the modules connected to the PLC. So I'll click yes. So I'm not connecting anything else. So that's what you can see it over here. Then we'll go on to the main program. So I'll not design each and every aspect. I'll try to explain it. I'll copy it from here, from the old program here. I'll just Control C or click over here and I'll paste it. Right? Remaining, I'll do the configuration here for you people. Now, these two are the major instructions which is used for sending and receiving the data. So here I am using one condition M0 with the help of or the pulse up raising pulse over here to activate this instruction. Just I'll click on this to open the instruction set. So ETXT is the instruction. I'm using port number 1. I'll do it later. Then in this, I'm trying to send the data. You can see it over here. I'll try to do it in the parallel way. Minimize it. Okay, I'll try to drag it out. So these two are the instructions. Now what I need to write in this one, ETX. So this is what we need to write, get and the web API. So in ETXT, I'll open ETXT. I'll insert new one. So initially I'll delete. I'll insert new, go to the character. Okay. Now I need to type GET space. Since I think I have already copied. If you are not copied, I can go there, try to copy it, then paste it here, click OK. So this is what we are trying to send with the help of the Ethernet port in the FC6A PLC, the first Ethernet port. And after that, usually we click on send, right? So for that, the data, what we are sending, after that at the end, we have to write 0D and 0A. So click on the constant hexadecimal. Okay, write 0D and 0A. Click OK. And this I'm maintaining as it is from the previous program. And click OK. This is for sending of data. So whatever web API we're trying to target, that we'll be putting it over here. Then in the receiving end, usually get the data in the ASCII format. So that's why in the receiving end, we will be just considering, I'll delete all, I'll insert new one. I'll be considering the data register variable. Click OK. It will ask what exactly is the data register I need to target. I'll take the same one. It starts from D1000. And do I require any conversion to do after receiving? No. I just require in ASCII format only, just to showcase. And how many digits for, I mean, it's coming in a byte, right? So 2 digits and repetition still 99. So all 100 registers. Click OK. Likewise, we have to go with the amount of data which you are receiving. So usually, if you are going to check how much amount of data we are going to receive, just click on the Postman once again. Go to the console to check what amount of data we have received. So this is where we are getting the result, proper results. So in this, we have sent the request. This is not required. The response we have received, the response with these specific headers as well as the body. So we have to calculate each and every ASCII character what we have received in the response header. So once you calculate the ASCII letters like A, C is one register. So just calculate everything from here to from AC till 100 apostrophe, and again curly braces from here to last here. So this complete data we will be receiving the PLCN. So for that, how many registers are required, that we need to mention. So I'll take additional registers here anyhow. B1100 to 99. Click OK. I need to put no conversion, otherwise it will come in binary format. Then insert register. I'll take altogether 3, I hope so. 2, no conversion. Okay, that's more than sufficient for our data which you're going to receive here. I'll make it as it is as per the previous program. Okay, I'm not changing anything. So once we do that, usually I'll expand it. So usually once we do that, if we energize this input, then data will be transmitted. Once it is transmitted, we'll get a status signal. If it is completed successfully, then this bit will get on and we'll get the status in the D2, right? So here S1 actually represents how much amount of data we are sending and how much amount of data we are receiving. Okay, so M100 is a confirmation of sending the data. Once it is sent, we'll get the this bit will get on. So as soon as this bit gets on, so we are trying to receive the data from the other end. So this instruction get executed. So with this, once instruction is completed, so with that feedback, I am trying to reset M100, M0 as well, and as well as M200. So this is a small format of feedback logic which I have prepared. And I have created one web server page, so in which I'm trying to clear out the data which I'm trying to receive so that I can get the data one more time by clicking on M0. So for that I have written a condition and I'm moving 0 to all the registers which I'm considering here. So this is what a simple program which I made. Then moving on, now a small program has been made. Now in this PLC we need to target the Ethernet port. So I'll open port number 1. So in this port, I need to mention some IP address along with the gateway and the DNS because it's over in internet. So DNS is quite required over here. So the IP address to which I am connected to, the Wi-Fi router which I'm connected to is 29. So I'm mentioning it with 29. And the router gateway is 192.168.29.1. And DNS, I'll go with Google DNS 8.8.8.8. Then 8.8.4.4. So this is the Google DNS if you are a little not aware of it. So you can try and Google search it. Google DNS IP. So this is the DNS IP for the Google, right? So I'll be using this for my practical over here. And then I'll move on to the connection settings. And we are trying to send the data with the help of Ethernet, right? And the data which you're trying to send is a user defined. That sentence of get some web API address. So that would make the user communication client in this case. So we have to click on that. Then moving on to the configuration part, click on the new remote host. So since we are not aware of the remote host, the web API, so in this case, we have to go back to the Postman. So here you can see from where we are sending the data and where we are receiving the data. So local is my PC. So my PC's IP address is 192.168.29.244. Right. So this would be my from my PC. So in PLC's case, it will be different. So I'll close it for the PLC's one. But I need to understand to where it is going. This web API to which IP it is going to. So this is what the IP address I need to enter over here. I cannot enter the get this web API here. So I just need to enter each and every part over here. So okay, 142. I'll do one thing. I'll move it a little down. Okay, it's visible here. So same thing has to be entered here. 142, 250, 196, and 51. The port number is mentioned here, 80, and port number is 1. So once you click on OK. So once we are done with the user communication settings, with the IP address, so remaining settings remains as it is. Remaining receiving time, we can change it to as minimum as possible as per requirement. So in my case, I already tested it is working at 100 milliseconds as well. So this chat time can be changeable in the later on stages. Click OK, then it is done. So in Ethernet port number 1 for this version, I need to change one more thing. So web server function, okay, already it's there in the PLC, so I'll use the same. But here I'm just checking the username. I'm just removing this. Okay, uncheck this to make it work fine. And click on the download. Communication settings I already checked, right? USB, okay, fine, and click OK. So once this data is transmitted, it'll show as succeed, right? So let us try to monitor now. Let us see whether we are getting the same result or not. Go to monitor. will try and execute mention the okay. I'll try and execute this M0. Data has been sent and we have already received because this has been resetted. Since I have already done the small logic for resetting of all the bits which I'm setting, so we have received the data. To check the data, either it can be shown in the HMI or in the web server function pages. So here in this case, I'll open the monitoring, batch monitoring. In the data registers which I have considered, D1000 to 1100 and all. So we can see the data which you have received. I will just compare with the console here. Close this, the response headers, response body. So we can try and concentrate on these two. So we can just correlate everything. Just neglect this. After that, from here we are getting the actual data. This is just for confirmation that we have received the data. So we can just correlate one after the other. ACCES S hyphen control. So everything is mentioned. So the actual body which we have tried to receive is from here. Okay. So it's from D1112 till the end of D116 and 1. So we can just correlate the date and time which you have received 08 hyphen 10 hyphen 2021. Now, so now this can be shown either in the web page or in the HMI, which I have explained you. So already there is a web page which I have designed with the help of web server function. So I'll try to get the same thing over here, get data. So how to design this web page and all, we have a video solution already. So you can try and refer that video solutions if it is required. Okay, this is nothing but simple bit which I've considered in here, and that is M0. And this is a simple bit which I've considered for clearing of all the data. And this is the actual data which I'm trying to show, that is D1000 and D1100, right? So if you would like to have few more video solutions which you're not aware of, please try and comment. So we'll get back to you with the solution, video solution which you might require. So thank you very much once again. So we'll try and get new video solutions to you guys. Thank you.